Have you ever wondered how some guitarists can hear a song and just like that start to play it? It feels like they have some sort of superpower. In this video, I'll show you how to train your ear to figure out a song all on your own, and it's easier than you think. By the end of this video, you'll have practical ways to figure out any song by ear and the ability to tackle any song on your own. To help you see how this works, I'll be using Genevieve's song, Baby Powder, as an example. Let's go. First, let me tell you, what I'm sharing with you is exactly what I do. I wasn't born with perfect pitch, and honestly, most musicians aren't. Ear training is something anyone can learn with the right process. It's a skill that you build over time by listening and practicing. So if you've ever thought, I just don't have this thing for ear training, don't worry, you absolutely can develop it. I'm going to show you how to do it. The first step to figuring out any song by ear is listening to the bass notes. The bass notes are like the song's foundation. It gives you important clues about the key and the chords of the song that you're listening to. Grab your guitar and try to match the bass line note by note. Start simple, figure out one note at a time by listening to it closely. I highly suggest using headphones. Let's figure this out together. Don't worry if it takes a few tries. This step gets easier with practice. Once you've figured out the main bass notes, ask yourself, what notes am I hearing? So what I want you to do, since we're doing this together, I want you to post them in the comments. Let me know the notes that you're hearing. You're doing such a great job. Now that you have the bass notes, the next step is to figure out the song's key. Here's how you do it. Number one, find the notes in the bass line that feels like home bass, or the root notes where the music resolves. 2, run the major scales starting with that note. 3, compare the notes of the major scale to the bass line. If they fit, voila, you found the key. If not, try another note from the bass line until it matches. If you don't get the key on your first try, it's totally okay. This is where your training, your ear will come into place. You're just building that muscle, so keep testing and it'll eventually click. Let's figure this key out together.
I'ma tell you the truth. Not like these girls on the loose. I'll put up with you, babe. There's some things I won't take.
First note, that would be my 2. Second note would be my 5. Third note would be my 1. These are in E major. My 4th note would be my 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. Once you've locked in the key, you have a clearer picture of how the song is structured. Now it's time to connect the bass notes to chords using the number system. So let's take the bass notes from the song and match them to the chords in the key. This step helps us to map out the song's chord progression. Let's look at it together. So when I'm getting ready to figure out what note I'm in, I know I'm in the key of E major, so I know my first note is going to be a 2. So 2s are minor chords, so I know I have to play a minor chord shape. The second note is a 5 because I'm in E. I have to play a major chord shape. But what I like to do, because I want to make the song feel a different way, I want to play a B over A. And then I'm going to go to my my third note, which is an E. E major 7. And then I'm going to go to my 6, which is going to be a sus. Then a dominant 7. So just as a passing thing, I want to do that flat 2. I can chromatic down from the 3 to land on that flat 2. That's a cool passing way to kind of keep the song going. Once you've worked out the chord progression, it's time to play the song with the chords. Let's strum through the chord progression in time with the song. Listen closely to see if it matches. If something feels off, go back and adjust the bass line notes or the chords until you find the right sound. So now that I have the notes and the numbers, I want to make sure that the chords match. So I want to make sure that first one is supposed to be a minor. So I don't want to play, I'm going to play a major chord just so you can see. So I can hear that's a minor. The first one has to be a minor because if I played it a major, it doesn't sound right. If I played my 5 as a minor, it's not right. So I played it as a major. You can hear the difference. At E, since our root note is 1, we always want to make it a major. And our 6, because in this particular way that the song is arranged, you want to make it a sus into a dominant 7. So let's play along with the song to make sure our chords match properly. At this point, you've used your ear training to figure out the entire song, so give yourselves a pat on the back. Now that we've worked through the song, you might wonder why I emphasize so much on ear training. It's not just about learning the song, it's about developing a skill that impacts the way that you hear, play, and feel the music. Let me explain. A lot of times I'm asked to share tabs, and I don't use tabs because they show you where to put your fingers at, and they don't teach you how to truly hear and understand the music. Learning to rely on your ears helps you to develop a deeper connection with the music. When my students first joined my program, many of them relied heavily on tabs. Once they started to use their ears, everything changed. They got better at noticing patterns, hearing chord changes, and truly understanding how to figure out the progression. We've worked through this one together. Now it's your turn. I want to challenge you to try this process with a song that you love and post the title in the comments below. Start small and don't worry if it feels tricky at first. The more you practice, the sharper your ears will get. We've just scratched the surface of what ear training can do for your playing. Once you've got the basics down, now the real fun begins. You're able to make the song your own and experiment within the progression. Watch this video.